Welcome to Nails of Interest, everyone. Today, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm going to start off talking about forms. I only have two kinds of forms. This is my favorite. This was the one that I had ordered originally, 6 months or so back. It never came in. I got my money back, and then all of a sudden it came in like 2 weeks later, a month later. I would say I don't like this one. I haven't used it. It seems thick enough. Let me just pull it out. It's really pretty flimsy, but what I'm not liking about it is there's nothing to, let's see. These would be like for baby fingers. I mean, there's nothing under here to smush down to. I like a good grip down here. There's not much to hold on to your nail. It's easy to bounce off. I don't see that I'm going to be getting any use out of these. So I'm rather glad they didn't come because like they're just nothing. It's not very good. Wouldn't recommend you trying these, especially your first time. I would recommend you get something wider, such as the Competitive Edge. These are the double thick nail forms. These are what I've always used. Some people save the dots and put it on the back. With these, they're so thick, I don't even need to do that. I mean, look at this. They're pretty thick. They're flexible, but they're thick. For gels, go ahead and tear that off. You'd want to curve your form. This is the easiest way. I'm going to do this on my dominant hand, so it's a little bit trickier. I just pinch the edge down here very lightly, just to get it to stick. See, the other one I couldn't do that. I take my finger. Now there's hardly any nail here. Just slide it in there. Put it underneath the nail. And you want it parallel, flush. You want it as flush as possible to the underside of your nail bed. See that under the free edge? You can have a longer free edge. I've seen on some videos people asking, can you do nail extensions if you have a free edge? Yeah, you can. It's actually a lot easier if you have a little free edge. But when you use the clear gels and clear acrylics, some people like me likes to see that. Also, if you look down here, there's something to point with. There can be gaps at times right through here. That's where I had my problem. My first one of my nails is formed oddly. It's just a natural occurrence. So what I do, it's just automatic for me, is I push it up. Push up. Push in, and then stick it to your finger right below and push up. And if you have to push up like this I'm pushing against my table here in the nail lamp while you're curing, go ahead, that's fine. I do it. I automatically just do it. While I flash cure my first 5 seconds, I just do it. It's not a big deal. To make it stick on well, once you've got it, go ahead and stick your tabs on real well. I don't even pay attention to, now some people have, first of all, some people have a hyponychium that is really close to the free edge of the nail. That's usually for people with long nails for a long period of time. You may need to cut out a little small portion. I'll use this one for an example. If you have such as that, you'll know it. You know you have one if you try to clean under your nails and you go, ouch, it hurts. Just take a little bit, wherever it's at under your nail, which is usually right in the center. Just take a little bit of nail form out, and it would fit right over that little hyponychium under your nail. Some people also say about cutting the form to the edge. I haven't seen my need to do that, so I don't do it. It makes a mess to me. Some people may need to do it for their nails. I don't have clients, so I don't really have experience with a lot of different nails, variety of nails. I just know what my nails are, what works for me. So again, make sure it's pinched. Make sure it looks like you want it to look under your nail. Basically, you're thinking of it under the nail, how you want it to look, how you want your C curve to look, and make sure all the little holes are plugged. If you have a hole, you can always take a little extra dollop of product. Say I had a hole right here. You can put a little dollop of product right here, cure it, and then proceed to make your extension. It's not too complicated. These guidelines are for, you know, you want to go ahead and shape it exactly out. You would want to use a longer form, of course, if you want a longer extension. I wouldn't even try to go all the way to this dot here. That's just me. I never go that far. I'm really like first line, second line kind of person, especially this finger. Those that have watched me over the past few months know that nothing ever sticks to this finger or this finger. I do have an extension on. I'm trying out a new formulation, hoping that it will work. I'm gonna take this off. If you don't pinch it, you may be able to reuse it. I've tried out the Lexi line. I purchased, excuse me. Let me back up a little. I'm trying out the Lexi line from Light Elegance. Going ahead and seeing if that will perhaps stay on this nail and this nail. You know, I have the weird odd body. I've gone to salons, they can't get anything to stay stuck except for acrylic. I can't do acrylic that well. Now I have to tell you, this stuff files so easy and it cures in 30 seconds. I don't know if this is gonna last. I can't tell you about that. This is their Builder Pink and this is just their one step on the end. And let's read about this kit. It says, hard has never been easier. This trial kit contains all the gel you need to become successful at creating stunning, strong, and beautiful nails. The Lexi line hard gels are indestructible and easy to use. Enjoy. It includes one step, extreme, pink builder, which is your thickest. Builders are one of the thickest, I believe. Is the thickest that I will use. And perfect white, which is the white color. The one step is what you see several of the ladies use all together. They only use one step. You may have seen the sandwich method used. That was what they used. The extreme is a little bit thicker than the one step. It also includes 15 milliliters of the tack bonding agent, which needs to be cured in this kit, the super shiny top coat, and a 2-ounce cleanser. And this is what it looks like. Of course, the top comes on the bottle already. I've already dug into it to make this nail. I did have an accident the other day. I fell down and cracked this nail. Zoom you in here. I actually cracked it twice. My first repair you couldn't even see. The second repair you can see, but I've also shaved off a lot of the gel. This is my natural nail. This only hard gel is out here. Very light coat of hard gel. This is all my natural nail bed. What I did was, it was a real rough break when it broke. It didn't bleed, luckily. I just filed right in the little line, and for about 2 days I just put on some adhesive. My Adhere from Accents. That's their adhesion brand. And then I put a little bit of the Enhance, one of their more fluid gels, on top. These are hard gels, not soak-offs. Just like to remind you that. I built up a good apex right there. I knew I should have. I couldn't even file off the end of the nail. It was so sore. If you have this happen to you, it would be advisable to go ahead and file off the end of the nail, but it's not hurting now. I'm going to put a light layer of something over this. Not sure how much I'll get to in this video, but let's dig into this little kit and show you what it comes with. And this is their cleanser. It came with the cap on, but I switched over to the squeeze bottle. Sorry, I have a little boo-boo there. This is their cleanser. And of course, it's alcohol and some other stuff in it. And of course, it reminds you to scrub your fingernail with cleanser before filing, after filling, and at the end of service. Do not use after top gloss. Good to know. And this is their tack. This is the adhesion layer on this particular set. This is what binds your natural nail or any extension that you currently have to their product. Super shiny, that's their shiny top coat that many of you have seen. It's not supposed to discolor anything. Remind you, I haven't used these before, except for just about 5 minutes ago. It comes with these pots. Let's put this out of the way. Let's read you off the instructions while we're here. Sorry, I can't read upside down. It says cleanse the natural nail with Light Elegance cleanser. Got that. Prepare the natural nail with a 100 grit file. Cleanse the prepared fingernail because you want to get rid of the dust. You want to cleanse that nail. Apply Light Elegance bonder in one thin layer. Cure 2 minutes UV or 30 seconds LED. I've got my good old combo lamp here, so it'll cure it cured in 30 seconds. And then to do the pink, you would do the Lexi-Line Pink Builder. The Builder is one of their thickest gels. Cure for 30 seconds only. I was rather shocked at that. Apply Lexi-Line Perfect White. Cure for 2 minutes UV or 30 seconds LED. Again, I was rather shocked. Apply one of the Lexi-Line Clear Gels over the entire nail. Cure as above and cleanse, of course. Buff and shape the nail. Cleanse. Cleansing is very, very important, everybody. Apply Light Elegant Super Shiny and cure. Cleanse off the sticky residue and it will never discolor. For videos, you go to lightelegance.com. Zoom out a little bit. Ooh. If you want to read that, you can pause the screen and read that. And there's their contact information. You can go to lightelegance.com to find your local distributor. Mine happens to be just another website, thenailhub.com. Again, you are supposed to be a professional to purchase these. Just putting that out there. But I'm sorry, I have severe brain fog today. Most lines do have something like tack, or with accents it's adhere. There's a bonding agent of some sort in hard gels to adhere it. Say it's like a double-sided tape, I've heard people refer to it as. It's what adheres your natural or your current extensions to their product. So you'd want to use the same one for your brand. So I'm going to go with the tack because you know I have problems with anything staying. And then we'll just see where I go from there. I've been dying to put on a French, encapsulate a French, just a little light layer of French into my nails. So I did use the Pink Builder. I only use clear here because some of you know I do have little feather babies that, yeah, they don't like it. We'll just say that. They don't like it. So just a little bit more information for you. Remember, these are the folds of your nail. You want them pushed back. The cuticle that's on your surface, you want to scrape it all up. Cuticle is that dead skin that's on your nail. Usually looks white or it can be clear and hiding. Even if you e-file, I would suggest you go in and push in there with a good scraper. Make sure it's all up because that is like the #1 cause of lifts. Even when you use gel polish, you need to do that. And you need to do this next step, which is cleanse. You can use alcohol. Since I have their kit, I'm going to use their cleanser. You can spray it on. You can use a lint-free wipe, whatever you prefer. Cleanse it real good. This removes all your bodily oils, all the file dust that you've had, because I did already prep this with the file. My other nails are filed as well, so they're looking pretty raggedy right now. I wanted to encapsulate some French. You take the tack. I don't put the form on before I use the adhesion layer of whatever brand I use, because the first time I did it and it stuck to the form. Whatever adhesion layer you use, you want to sort of scrub it into your nail, especially if you're like me and you have a nail or two that don't want to keep extensions on. And if you're just using it for, say, encapsulating your regular natural nails, wanting to help them grow out, you would do the same thing. You would just skip the form if you want your natural nails to grow out in time. Okay, it's all cured. It is shiny. At this point, if this was your base gel for gel polish, you wouldn't want to touch it anymore. If you do, you would need to start over again, at least cleanse. So I'm all done with the tack. It's cured. Since this is my right hand and first time using this, I'm going to stick with my standby brush that I've always used. I do have a lovely set of new brushes I want to try, but since I make an extension on the nail that never keeps an extension, again, the form is already like such. I will show you a few more troubleshooting methods later, but it's so hard on your dominant hand to really teach anything. Your dominant hand, remember, you can always move your hand versus moving your left hand. If your right hand is your dominant, just move that versus moving your left hand. It makes things a lot easier. Even when you're filing, I file and I move my right finger. That's just me. That's how I like to do it. Figured I'd pass that along to you. Since I made pink builder here, I'll go ahead and do pink builder on this one. I'll show you the thickness of this. Builder is one of Light Elegance's most thick gels. Pink just refers to the color. So you can get a variety of thicknesses. I mean, Builder isn't coming out of the pot. This is their thick gel. I believe they have one that's thicker, but I wouldn't go any thicker than this for my own uses. I don't like to file. Again, I'm not used to filming myself. I am making me a stand to hold stuff on. Let's use this. I have a great stand I'm making up. I think you'll be shocked when you see it. I'm just waiting on some paint. So since I'm doing color, I'm not going to go over the form yet. With gel, you can take all your time you want to. Since I want a bit of a French look, I'm not going to go over the form. Just smooth it out. Don't forget the side that you can't see. If you're doing this on yourself, remember, the side away from you, you can't see. You can push gel right over into the area. The Builder gel self-levels, but is nowhere near self-leveling as the next one that you will see. I can tell you it files like a dream. I was rather shocked at how easy this files, but it does kick up a lot of dust. So please use it in a well-ventilated area. Remember, even if you can't smell it, there still are fumes coming off of these gels. You don't want to breathe them in excessively. They could give you migraines and what have you, lung problems. That's why they're intended for professional use. A lot of you can look up the safety precautions. You know to wear masks. You know to have a well-ventilated area. You know all that. Again, I'm not making a long extension. So I don't need a huge apex. I'm just hoping that the stuff will stay on my nails for more than a week. Those that have watched me before, I do the exact same thing to all my nails. Pros have done it to these two nails, and it does not stay. Back when I was much younger, I had it stay, but it was acrylic. It was one of those shops that I would advise no one to go to. I'm going to use Extreme. This is not the most self-leveling. It's very close to self-leveling. This is the Extreme. You can see how I wiped my brush off, by the way, on the lint-free wipe. You can see it still builds up. I like to use just a little bit of a thicker consistency just for my structure. That's just me. The distributor for this product and the teacher actually uses one step for everything. But it does flow a lot. I'm not sure how strong it is. Since I have problems, I'm just going to use a tiny, tiny layer of this. You can use many methods to put it on here. Let's see, I'm not holding my form up. I'm busy talking. That form slipped out. Just get ahead and reposition it. So now I got rid of that gap. I'm going to hold it down against my work surface to keep that gap from forming. I believe that's one of my viewers had a problem with the gap. That's all I do. Push it up, hold it down. As soon as it's flash cured, you can get rid of that. Just hold it in place. As long as you don't create bubbles, you can do a string method, you can do a brush method, whatever you want. I'm kind of doing a combination, especially since I'm trying to stay in frame and not really seeing what I'm doing. It's a little more challenging. I did my thumbnail in less than 5 minutes from start to finish, including encapsulating the entire thing in one step. For me, filming is the harder part. I don't want it very long. The thicker you apply your gels, the more chances you will have of burning. Again, keep that down, hold that. Okay, I didn't even flash cure this one. I went ahead and cured it for 30 seconds. Let's see. I just pinch the form and release. Now, yeah, I'm not going for extreme here. I'm just trying to see if the product will even stick to my nails. Don't touch the surface or you will need to re-cleanse. I skipped a little spot right in there of the pink. So just go back and add the pink in. This really does cure in 30 seconds. I was quite surprised at that. If you're using a color gel, I would say to wipe off your brush in between if you don't want cross-contamination of your products. As most people do have their favorite brush. This is the one step. I should have made up my little nail rest before this video. See, I don't have very much structure to this at all. So I'm going to take the one step. Look how fluid this is. Ooh. I mean, look at that. I'm sure you've all seen Celine out there doing her sandwich method with this. I can't commit to a color for that long to do a sandwich method. I have encapsulated colors plenty of times before. Just for me, it's not my thing. I had people ask me that. Why don't you do the sandwich method? It's just not for me. By the time this video comes out, you'll see me with dual form kit and a polygel kit that I bought. It was just a cheapy Wish polygel. I am going to try other polys. Just that was not meant for me. Because it turned out not to be a poly. It turned out to be a gel that was runnier than this. I'm just going to encapsulate it all in with the one step. Normally you would wet it down, build your apex and all that good stuff. But this is just a tiny, tiny little extension. It doesn't need much of an apex. I'm wetting it right now. Kind of doing two things at once. I'm building up the layer here and I'm making a form. I don't need a whole lot of apex. If I grow them out, yeah, I'll add on an apex. Most that watch me know that I don't have any, I haven't never had any products last on this nail very long at all, except for dip powders. Making it a little thicker because I left the pink there. Just go in and fill it in. You can take your time. Remember, left hand is, or dominant hands are always the hardest, but it can be done. I mean, I'm filming and doing this. Normally I'd just rest my hand real close to my body, do it. I've done it on a family member. And I just get to hold their hands real close to me and do it. It's a lot easier doing it on a desk versus on this little counter where I'm at. This self-levels out a lot. You don't really have to worry about your brush strokes. It's like the enhanced layer on the accent line. Really self-levels out a lot. I'm scared to put anything on here because if you know me, nothing stays on these nails, so building up a little bit of an apex because I happen to get the pink out. My other nails, I'm going to try to do a white reverse French encapsulated. You can always go like this to level it out. So what I love about hard gels, especially the more fluid ones, just flip them upside down. They will make everything perfect as long as you have everything wet. So you can see I didn't need to do much of an apex because this is just a tiny little nail I'm testing out to see if this works. Okay, cured it for 30 seconds. It's really shiny. I'm going to cleanse it so that it doesn't get all gummed up in my file. That's way too much cleanser. You don't need that much. I'm going to get a spray bottle for next time. Just get all the tackiness off. Man, that is smooth. Remember, you do need a file, even if it's 100% smooth, unless you just want to go around with the bare nail, because you've got to get this off. And if you want gel polish to stick, you've got to file it off. And we will file and cleanse again. I recommend the finest bit you have on a very low setting if you're using an e-file. It's just with my right hand being my dominant hand. Just file so easy.